want to go for an assassin, maybe it could happen, but they already have a Baksha. So I'm not too sure if they want to be flexing that Baksha into XP or the Grok into XP and the Baksha into Roam, right? It would just be too forced. I think at this point, they're just taking away Dream's comfort picks. The Kaja was one of the biggest keys to victory for Dreams in Season 11 when he was in playoffs to make those crazy initiations, crazy pickoffs happen. And the Franco, we know how good Dreams is on the Franco. We don't even need to talk about that. We don't even need to explain it. But for Evos, they have forced Liquid on that carry. The pick that we said not to give Kabuki. But it's good for Evos' glory. Why? Because they set up a winning matchup with the Roger. And if we see the pattern of today, of MPL ID Season 13 playoffs, day number 1, based on Geek versus RQ, if you hold the early game, you hold a massive advantage. That's where the value is at. Early game dominance. TL, they're going to have to wait a bit longer. Throw to Navaria and the carry.
Well, we see the explanation though, the Benedetta coming in, especially for Oran, that's a very active hero that wants to be mobile, does not want to be suppressed by the Kaja or the Franco right here. So they seem to have a front line, good long distance, and also good dives towards the back line. So a lot more dynamic approaches available. Whereas for Evos, they have these big ultimates they can use to go for neutral objective contest. So to add to this, we want to get some more card control, some more tankiness maybe, or more lockdown. That's the Tigreal for Dreams. Not a strange sight at all.
Of course, right? Coming into this, we were actually talking about it backstage that Tigreal would be a big contested hero between Yaoi as well as Dreams. We should have seen it coming. So these are two very highly explosive roamers that both of these teams have opted for. And if we take a look at this, early and mid goes for TL. Late stage for Evos, team coordination. It looks like it is quite equal, quite fair. What are we to expect in this match?
I expect Team Liquid to be a bit more aggressive, right? Until Evos can kind of stabilize, and then they can try and be creative with the low Yi. I think the diversion becomes, again, a big factor right here, and how well Evos can play around it will decide how much of an advantage they can have against Team Liquid right here, especially later on when they want to go for these neutral objectives, and they can be sneaky about it, even though they do have all these card control tools like the Black Dragon form and the heavy spin.
And now the Battle of the Blues commences, ladies and gentlemen, as we get to game number 1 in this best of 5 between Team Liquid as well as Evos.
Glory.
You have to say it like that.
You really do after Ranger Amas, but momentum, very important as well. Here at night, today in the Jakarta International Velodrome, it's a full house once again for our second match.
Everyone's ready for some Mobile Legends action. I mean, Yehesco going with the Purify here. Quite the intelligent move. Allows him to be a bit more aggressive, to move forward and not just stay in the back due to the fear of being engaged randomly by that Tigreal. But look at Dreams, he's going tenacity with the extra vitality. He wants to be the main frontline right here and maybe allow Annabelle to save his heavy spin to use for big pickups or big team fights instead of just using it to get out when he is the main frontline being bursted down.
Wait a second. Okay. You see, okay, who got that?
Annabelle.
There you go. Annabelle with a little bit of an advantage here in the first few minutes of the game, ladies and gentlemen, but it looks like up until this point, there have been no trades. It's exciting to see that both of these teams, they're relying on that level 4 power spike, right? Yaoi's still level 2. We can see Dreams as well, unable to make that big play from happening. One of the main differences is, of course, with the Luo Yi, Clockgun has a little bit more to say in terms of that damage, but it looks like it's TL that's pressuring Evos here in the top lane. Clockgun's on the way, but no engagement just yet. They're both playing objectively here.
I'm surprised that Team Liquid are the ones aggressing to try and first go for this neutral objective, because they know that Evos are the ones who have the big tools. Right now it gets reset, and I think Evos are going to try and make it difficult unless Team Liquid can go for a pickoff.
Shield Unity instantly with the barrier too. Dream's still able to escape. Aran gets a good eye for a nice. Stun him up. Not a final blow over to the turtle. It's going to be a petrified. It'll stun Gugun, but he still gets it anyways. Meanwhile, on the back, it's a kill traded in. Both junglers taken down, but Liquid secure the turtle.
All right, Klokun gonna use that diversion, but he doesn't commit onto it. So that's a 1-for-1 trade. TLID still gonna be able to get that neutral objective. However, they were able to trade it back. In this engage, who has the better late game? And if they keep trading like this, who is it worth it for?
I must say, with a Novaria and a carry, Team Liquid I think has the significantly stronger late game. But it comes down to the neutral objectives. That's where Evos have, have an advantage. But we are at odds right here. Unfortunately, we're on the wrong side.
We got a battle.
We're getting called out as well from the Indonesian test.
What's funny is they're sitting on the Liquid side. We're sitting on the Evo side.
Wrong
so it's
territory.
the opposite sides. But it's okay. You know, it's always fun to have these little matches.
Well, back to the point here. If Evos can force Liquid into a big proper fight without Liquid setting up, poking them down, then maybe they can have a bit more of an advantage. But considering how Liquid have been playing, yeah, they're going to go for something guaranteed only. So Ron right here goes for a 1v1 play.
And wins it hard. Ron very, very low. Annabelle going to look for the flank. Ron with the final blow into the back, finding the final blow onto the XP creep to get out with those dashes. Clean maneuvers.
So such good foresight, right? Realizing that he was low, he shouldn't have seen that diversion play coming, but still able to get out of that sticky situation. That trade doesn't pull off in for Evos. And it looks like up until this point, it's still a gold lead for Liquid Aura.
I think a big significant lead for Team Liquid is the fact that they can pick and choose what kind of engagement. They have good disengage, they have card control immunity in Yaoi because of the Grog's passive. So they do have the mobility as well for Aran to go and pull apart Evo's this team fight composition. There's diversion though.
Shield Unity used up. Black Dragon form now with a heavy spin too, and it's going to be Glocker who secures it as Annabelle pins 2 members down. Yaoi able to flicker around, but Gugu not so much. Final blow! Aran in the midst of it all finds a good choke point. Able to dodge away from that skill one of Fluffy. The shot tanked up by Brands.
Immaculate 1-4-2 trade. Klokun gonna be able to help Evos out just a bit with the fact that he was able to get that down, right? That turtle falls for them. Both of the retribution failed, both of these junglers. And yet, with that particular movement coming through, they're able to kind of equalize here. Klokun though.
Cheeky diversion into like a pounce. Brand strikes back.
See, the funny thing is, after everything we've seen from Evo's Glory, a lot of people would say, oh, wait a minute, this 1v1.
Oh, beautiful eye for an eye into the final blow. The 2 XP laners just trading back and forth.
But back to that point, right? If you talked about pillars in Evos, most people would think about Dreams. Most people would think about maybe even Fluffy at some point, right? Brands, or even Annabelle. But Klokun has always been so good at creating the foundation for the rest of the teammates' success. And we see that happening with him being put on something like the Luoyi that is a little bit more macro-centric and macro-heavy. He's able to dictate a lot of these particular team fights. And tempo, there you go!
An implosion straight on Yaoi and Kabuki. No Purify for Kabuki. Yaoi is holding on now, puts the barrier down. Not gonna go just yet. Now as Gugun puts in some damage on the Klokun, who doesn't have a flicker, and it's gonna be enough for the Poison to take him out. Meanwhile, Brands with Lycan form, trying to get rid of Gugun, forced to use a Purify, and Dreams tanks up a shot. Very risky. Around in the back line, now jumping onto Brands, finding the final dash to pick up the killing spree. Fast tempo, Gugun, Shield Unity, locking him down into the Phantom Slash, and into a double kill for Aran.
That's the mobility advantage here for Team Liquid. Really traded away by Fluffy, but this is what you can expect. The movement speed advantage, the slows coming in from your hair skill as well. Team Liquid, if they want to fight, they can find a fight. If they don't want to, then they can avoid it. They have Purifiers on the core members as well, and in a drawn-out fight that's going back and forth, they have a lot more spammable skills. Even though they did not have Kabuki in that fight on the bottom side, they were able to slowly but surely wear down the HP bars of Evos and take them out. So for Evos, they gotta really dig deep, dig down on those neutral objective takes and try and get something of a combo. Because otherwise, you're gonna get poked down, you're gonna get low, and Aran is gonna swoop in to try and seal the deal for his team.
And the thing is, it's not like the Evos are playing towards the tempo of Team Liquid, right? they're looking for opportunities, but it keeps failing them. Right? We saw the fluffy play with the diversion in the bottom side, but still unable to find success. So what's the idea now? What do Evos need to look for specifically?
Probably a bit of a combo, and if they can really try and shut down Guggen here, it's going to be so valuable to their game plan, right? The neutral objective-centric style. The thing is, Guggen is also so tanky. People kind of forgot how tanky the Baksha is. It's part of the reason why the Baksha was so meta back then. So if they're trying to go for the frontliners, they're too tanky. Already with the blade armor as well. If they try and go for the jungler, the roamer and the EXP lane, they're also very slippery, so they can't really get a decisive engage. Look at the in-game equipment right here. With the Sky Guardian helmet completed for Guggen, he can stay on the map indefinitely again and again. And even if there's some damage traded back by Evos, he can just stay, wait a bit, and make sure that he's always in the picture for a neutral objective contest.
But what's good for Evos now is technically Brands is not too far behind. Right there, he's trying to level the lead that Kabuki has brought in. 2 items on both of them. Both of them are actually not at their power spikes just yet, so there is still opportunity in for Evos. And like you mentioned, Arashi, that combo that needs to happen.
If we look at the item builds, at least for Brands, he's actually going with a lot more attack speed than I would expect. So he's going for, big play for Evos though.
Wow, flickering potion only onto Guggen though now. Around the back right, 3-man petrify right into the Astral Spear as Guggen is able to escape right now. And the eye for an eye gets used up by Aran, baiting Brands in with the Lycan Pounce. Yaoi, so holding on the wild charge, finds it onto Brands, shot down, and Yehezkiel picks up the kill. Fluffy goes to the back with the petrify and the Furious Die, but it doesn't connect as a diversion from Evo's Glory will only be used defensively to get them back to base.
Did you see the layering of skills? Arashi, break that down, because that was beautiful to watch.
Ooh, and again, wow! He gets taken out by, was that the lethal ignition? Oh, Yaoi, taken out the kill end. But man, the layering again of the spells, using it so efficiently for Team Liquid, they don't overreact. Even though we talked about this, Guggen getting dove on, getting focused down, he has the tank, the physical defense, and he knows that Clocken wants to save some spells, so he won't be completely nuked down by magic damage. So Team Liquid immediately counter-engage, and Aran was able to get a massive play right there, out-damaging Clocken in that team fight. That was insane.
It was so clean. The synergy was there. Again, like you mentioned, the layering of skills. And now they have the space, they have the tempo. The Lord is still marching in the bottom side. Meanwhile, this mid lane is crashing. Meanwhile, the top lane is crashing. Even the lane pushes are as well layered by Team Liquid here. And it's propelling them to a 6k gold lead. And earlier on, that gold gap, that 2k gold gap maybe still can be turned around, but the fact that Brands is on a hero like the Roger that needs to go for that snowball, it's a little bit more difficult for Evos to come back.
Exactly. All they have right now is combos, but looking at how Team Liquid is playing, how do you even find a combo right here? I haven't seen the Purifies used by Team Liquid. It hasn't been forced out of them for so far. The positioning of Yehezkiel and Kabuki have also been so good. And every single one of them are just so good at just taking away your attention so that Evos can't really go for a proper fight because they're just constantly worried. When they're going for Yehezkiel, they're concerned about Aran. When they're going for Aran, they're concerned about Kabuki. And that just makes it so difficult. And if they just wait around like this, we're already seeing Yehezkiel's damage ramp up only after the addition of the Lightning Truncheon.
Look at that full damage build. Already to a BOD, he's on the way.
Oh man.
2,000 gold lead too between the junglers. So you can imagine how much tankier Baksha Guggen is over Annabelle.
And look at the items as well. Fluffy went for the Antique Cuirass. So he'll be able to 1v1 against Guggen and Aran better. But this means that in a proper team fight, Kabuki is gonna absolutely shred him down. He might even get taken out before he lands on Black Dragon form. I thought that diversion was going to be used, but they didn't take it.
And it's also a late game build, it seems, from Brand. So he's going for the Corrosion Scythe, 3 attack speed items. An interesting choice for this game.
He wasn't itemizing for the mobility, the burst damage. He's trying to match Kabuki in damage output and maybe rely on a bit of that built-in tankiness instead to really gain some value from this Roger pick. But as it is right now, they're just getting poked down again and again. And the fact that Brands went for this build means he's going to be that much more unsustainable. And in the full-on all-out fight, Kabuki even respected Evos and he went with the Firmness Tenacity combo. So he is still surprisingly tankier than you would expect.
And by the way, Gugun is level 14 compared to Annabelle at level 12. So even if they want to go for the contest, they need to figure out a way of either eliminating Gugun from this entire Lord fight or displacing him somehow. But even that will not be easy with the cover coming in from Yawi over and over and over again. Not to mention Yehezkiel, who has been that person to open up the vision, open up the map. And you can see Evos, they might not want to commit onto this. However, they do have Clockgun with the diversion. Can definitely bring back Brands into this team fight. Let's see.
Oran, eye for an eye, actually cancels out the ability. Implosion flicker only onto Oran as a petrifying Furious Dive used up as well. A big shutdown claimed by Evos Glory as they look for more, but Yawi will disengage for now. No wild charge, no astral echo. Yehezkiel poking him down still. But Evos Glory have used quite a bit of resources themselves.
And this is the issue. When they're trying to go for this, they did get the pick off on the one member that can be vulnerable, Aran, who's reliant on that eye for an eye. But even then, they won that and they are forced to go back. Team Liquid are the ones still initiating, trying to force them into fights right here as the diversion comes through.
The reset not happening, the barrier is misplaced just a bit, and Evos Glory pull the trigger while charge into the back line now, but Good not able to find it. Clockwood secures it for Evos Glory, but look at the re-engage coming in from the side of Liquid Aura. The cavalry charges into enemy lines, but Evos Glory disperse quick enough.
They find no one. They charge and they find no one. And Clockgun time and time again, the Lord Master. What the heck? 2 objectives taken in by this person, this man, this Luo Yi, this Jimat, the lucky charm of Evos Glory.
He's been able to secure 2 neutral objectives right here. I mean, you know, you can be superstitious, but Clockgun is winning it out for his team, especially right there. He's showing again that when it comes down to a full-on fight, when Team Liquid can't really stall and stop Evos from going immediately to try and secure that Lord, they're going to be forced to just dive in and make a lot more risky plays. So if Evos are the ones in control, it's a whole different story as the diversion comes in.
Furious Dive and the Petrify connecting to. Final blow of the Petrify now onto Fluffy as he has the immortality now. As in the midst of it all, the damage comes through and Kabuki is able to melt Dreams down. Looking for more. Brands caught by the barrier. Gugun running Clockgun down as he flickers out to safety. A messy team fight. Brands was caught off position.
That was a integral part of their gameplay for Evos, right? This diversion, they go for the sandwich maneuver, but Team Liquid completely turned it around. Dreams and Brands, the 2 main anchors of Evos, are out of the way, and it looks like Yehezkiel wants to look for more.
3-man Astral Echo. Yawi zoning. Oh, the fadeaway damage almost taking Fluffy out. Kabuki doing work on that base turret in the mid lane. A diversion. Oh, just to scout around. And Annabelle buys the Winter Truncheon.
Why didn't that team fight work out? Why didn't that sandwich play work out for Evos?
I think it's because they didn't really put a lot of emphasis to shutting down Kabuki. They were going in for the segment of Team Liquid that was cut off from their base and the turret, but further down, further closer to the base of Team Liquid, Kabuki was absolutely free hitting. Despite all the spells available, all these big ultimates that Evos have at their disposal, Kabuki did not even use the Purify. That was how free he was. And he was free hitting completely, and on the other hand, the second person who fell from Evos was Brands, so without that damage output, they can't do much as Annabelle just jumped on.
Taking slow, Yawi! Wild charge to the back as the actual Echo was there, but the Furious Dive in. The Petrify will be used up. Kabuki with the Purify still able to escape now, an implosion onto Yawi and Gugun, only the frontliners. Kabuki still free hitting. And now another layer of damage comes through. It's a conceal from Liquid. These charges.
2-0 trade, and look at that damage output from Kabuki. 12,000.
Wow.
He was so free in the back line. We could even see Fluffy going for an attempt to shut him down, but with all of those items ramping up for Kabuki already, as well as the Wind of Nature, there's just so much maneuverability that Kabuki can utilize to dodge out the damage, and that's a free Lord for Team Liquid.
I don't even think Kabuki was trying to dodge out the damage. He just held his ground and went to try and duel Fluffy with a Wind of Nature. With the fact that Fluffy has no Blade Armor, he's forced to go with the Immortal and with the Clyde Armor because he was getting chunked down by a Hesskill a bit too much. So he just immediately gets shredded down. And just like that, after taking out the Black Dragon, Kabuki just kept moving forward without any real threat right now. The fact that Evos are having a bit of a front to back is really coming to bite them in the back. Because Roger is trying to compete in damage output against a carry, and at 18 minutes, this is a whole different story.
The Twilight Armor by Fluffy. Really respecting that poke damage, man. He's been chunked so many times before the team fight even begins, especially in the siege. I think that'll play a big part of how he can try to look for a defense with Evos.
Even for Annabelle, he has a Winter Truncheon if I'm not seeing this wrong.
Yeah, he does.
So he's just trying to go for extra survivability.
Look at his play. Would be very low. Dreams conceal, but the Lord comes into the mid lane. Liquid will not be able to find more. Here with the Lord push. Diversion though. Evos Glory want to look for more. Gugun gonna be caught off position, but it's only just by Brands and Dreams. Yowie, watch charge. Good dodge by Brands. Oh, what on? 3-man Petrify. No real combo to follow it up just yet. And they look for the snow damage to Dreams. In the front first, as the 4-man Astral Echo was connected by Hesskill, shooting down Brands and just playing with that poke.
Oh, wow. I mean, that re-engage coming in from Evos, that segmentation was nearly great, but Team Liquid were able to recollect themselves after getting caught off guard so quickly that you would expect it should have gone in favor of Evos, but it didn't.
It's like they expected it and they already preemptively moved with that as a possibility. Now Gugun himself picking up a Winter Truncheon right here. The extra bit of survivability can bait out the all-ins from the opposing teams. It seems to be the case right here. But yes, the barricades, by the way, from Yowie are very lethal as... Oh. It was a scouting uses of the skill, I guess. But look at how Team Liquid is positioning. They have full control over the map. And even as they're sitting in the base, Hesskill is just poking at them. And more importantly, revealing them, knowing that there isn't a play right here where two members from Evos are actually hiding in the back, in the jungle somewhere.
It looks like they froze the purple buff as well, right?
Oh, Hesskill Purify walks out with the Astral Recall, gets a 5-man Astral Echo as well. Around with Ivor now in the midst of it all, forcing an implosion play. And Yowie, now with the power of nature, is a Winter Truncheon pop by Arani, will die, but look at the shots coming down from downtown from Hesskill. Kabuki free hitting, and it's Kabuki who continues his onslaught of damage. With a killing spree, Brands is next to the chopping block. It's a triple kill for Brands, but Kabuki is still full HP. 3 for 3. Hesskill and Kabuki versus Annabelle and Fluffy. Kabuki getting rid of those HP bars. Another Astral Sphere connecting, and now it's going to be another Astral Echo as well. The base wide open, but the mini waves will spawn back up for Evos Glory for them to be able to defend.
They might go for the bottom turret here, but Evos seem to be able to clear it out. Kabuki just undeterred. He knows he can very easily 1v2 this unless Evos bring in some reinforcements. The fact that it was an even trade is great for Evos, but at the same time now, you can see that even just Kabuki and Hesskill, the main, most important members for the backline of Liquid, Evos just, they need more than 3 members to deal with them.
That's the plan, right? Annabelle, does he go for... But if he does, at this point, he gets shredded in by Kabuki. Kabuki, like, it was supposed to go right for Evos, right? That was their plan. They used the diversion play. They were able to get Hesskill. They released so many resources on Hesskill, but he was still able to get out after everything that was thrown at him. And he was able to bait so many resources for the eventual re-engage for Aura to get that much value. And now we circle back onto the neutral objective. We circle back onto the Lord here in the 22nd minute of the game. It's been 22 minutes, by the way.
So the pattern continues, Eterna, from the previous match. What was game 5?
21?
Was it 23? 23 minutes. We're going to be hitting that in 4 seconds. It still seems like it's anyone's game at this point. Yaoi! The cavalry charge with Yaoi leading the pack. Kabuki capitalizes. Gugun, shield unity forward. No Fluffy to play with. Dreams though. Waiting in the midst. The tiger waits for its prey to look vulnerable. Oh. Gugun and Yaoi though will read it out. Conceal. Now by Dreams defensively cancelled out. Meanwhile, Yeheskiel doing a good job at zoning Annabelle, shooting Dreams down as well. And Aran gets his Rose Gold Meteor popped up. But Team Liquid Aura secure an evolved Lord.
All this time, Aran on the Benedetta. He has this much of an impact. He's been hiding it this entire time. We've only been seeing the Paquito plays. And he pulls out the Benedetta finally in the playoffs. And this is the dominance.
Wah, tapi sekarang kuncinya harus ada di Yaoi sih. Yaoi harus ngelamain Lordnya dengan menggunakan barir. Karena kalau nggak, pushnya cuma satu lane. Dan itu akan percuma dengan Lord Evolve. Lord Evolve-nya akan sia-sia.
Considering how this game is going, that is very possible. But look at this, the Lord is just moving a bit too fast. Members of Team Liquid aren't really there just yet, but now they're trying to converge. And here comes the Astral Echo.
Don't want to use it to fight. Fluffy, Karma, shield unity. Still able to survive while charging the back line. Stunning 3 members. Aran not looking for anything just yet. It's a good purify onto the implosion of Dreams. But Gugun is going to be pinned down all the way in the back as Brands goes in for the free hit onto Yaoi, but he still has the Immortality. Gugun, Immortality popped as well. Base turret up top taken down. The Petrify and the Furious Scythe onto Gugun. The chain combos and the 2 tanks will be able to deal with Gugun. But now another wave comes crashing down in the bottom lane. Evos send Claw and Fluffy to defend, and they will be able to. Liquid Aura not able to end things in the 24th minute.
Diversion play. He shouldn't be able to find anyone there though. But yeah, that Lord push wasn't as organized as it should have been, right? They weren't able to fully utilize the Lord in that mid lane because the crashing, the timing was kind of off. And despite Gugun being able to buy so much time, they weren't able to get the maximum out of it. Arashi, what happened?
I think just got there not in time, and they can really go for a lot of chunks, a lot of poke damage. That's the thing that they've been using here to really get a foothold in this neutral objective take. It's not the big ultimates, the big card control tools. It's the fact that they can go in for short trades, win it out, or go even. And then let's say, for instance, Aran can just heal up by going to the side lane. And look at this diversion though.
Aran catches it. It's going to be too late. An implosion, Aran. Immortality now into the winner. Truncheon pops it in time. Will he be able to escape though? Eye for an eye, Aran. No. Annabelle takes him down.
70 seconds on that death timer, by the way. So despite them putting all their resources out, if they're able to get more picks like that and fully capitalize over it, especially with timings on the neutral objectives, then that's probably how Evos will be able to turn this entire thing around, right? 50 seconds for Aran to pop up, 20 seconds left. So Evos have a 30-second opening, knowing that Aran will not be there to harass in the side lanes and go in at the last minute to re-engage in these team fights.
Well, a big difference right now, especially in the damage output. Brands has a Wind Talker and Kabuki has a Wind of Nature. When it comes down to damage output, we've seen that Brands can really keep up when it comes to just pure DPS. Oh, and this diversion, man, it's just... Whoa, hang on.
Go well charged by Yaoi, but he hits the other side of the wall. So able to find some damage. Goku pops into Winter Truncheon. Now Kabuki gonna be caught. He pops into Purify and is able to escape for somehow Claw! Finds the shutdown! And it's a double kill that he secures. A big blunder by Liquid Aura. And look at the death timers. Aran alive. Yeheskiel trying to look for a trade now as he pops in Astral Meteor. One shot can do it, but Annabelle blocks him from that. The evolved Lord now for Evo's glory.
The crowd goes wild, ladies and gentlemen. The Evos fans are celebrating What was supposed to be a controlled game for Aura from Team Liquid has been turned around just behind on that diversion play. In the latest of the game, this damage is ramping up. And remember, Kabuki is on a carry. A carry is notoriously short-ranged. And the problem is, she is susceptible to that magic damage from Plakun. What a play from the mid laner.
Want to see how Evos can use this, because it's a great moment for them. They've completely turned around the gold lead, actually leading right here. But they are up against a League in Novaria, and they do have carry to deal with the Lord. We'll have to see. With the Purify still on cooldown, this is an opportunity for Evos to really seal the deal.
Into the mid lane they go. Look at that Lord. Still a chunky boy. But Kabuki has to respawn. I lose 2 base turrets. Eye for an eye by Aran. Kabuki still hitting onto the Lord. Evos Glory not really utilizing this Lord to go for a fight. They want to play it slow. They've equalized the game completely.
Now it's just a difference in the possibility of a diversion. That is what Evos have as an advantage, and that's what they've been able to use. Now with Team Liquid just not having the same kind of pressure, the same kind of control, even fewer turrets to try and get into safety too. It's gonna be a bit of a problem. And funny enough, for both teams, the only turret standing is the one furthest away from the Lord. With how often the diversions are happening right here, I'm not sure what's the plan for Team Liquid here. Do they want to keep just pushing the aggression? They want to bank on a split push play maybe from Aran.
They need to properly assess the situation, right? Because with Aran on the Benedetta, they were banging on the fact that they could go for that split push play. The far lane play, the harassment of the far lane. But with this diversion present, it has been impossible. Maybe earlier on in the game, they can lose Aran, sacrificing Aran for the better of the game. But at this point, with the death timers ramping up, it's not a sacrifice that they should be willing to take. Ladies and gentlemen, we're entering the 30th minute of the game.
Already seeing some adaptations. Athena shield on the carry. He knows. That is a massive problem right here. Now with that Athena though, there's a chance that Kabuki will be able to perhaps like sustain long enough in these big fights. Definitely needs to be a multi-person effort to try and take down this carry, especially when the Purify is still up. With 25 seconds to go with the Lord. Oh, never just spotted out.
Dreams takes it.
Oh,
Dreams. No. Flicker as well.
That's a big resource.
Now he has the wild charge. He goes in. He is able to stun Brands based on the Purify. Good. Poisons. Aran disengaging. Black Dragon form. Baited out as well. Around the Phantom Slash now dashing out to safety. Evolve Lord is back up in this game. One death could be the end of it all.
Yeah. It's too expensive at this point. Diversion play.
But it's on to Aran again with the implosion. Immortality. Now with winning Truncheon. No! Beautiful shot by Dreams to cancel out any winner Truncheon play from happening. But now an Astral Echo into Kabuki walking up. Yaoi, no wild charge just yet. Pops in the barrier, but is not able to find Annabelle. Oh, completely stuck in the barrier. He finds a wild charge though. Annabelle buys the immortality, buying a little bit more time. Dreams, no implosion, but Brands is doing a lot of damage. Heavy spin. Yaoi, no immortality. The pin down comes through from Annabelle. Another diversion to the back. Kabuki forced to run the other direction. The cavalry rerouted by the Tigers. Zuman pounces on their prey. Brands, like and bounce, pulled back by the dispersion, has the immortality. An all-out fight. Good winner Truncheon now. Kabuki, can he deal enough damage on the Dreams? Implosion again, but it's only on the Good. Dreams losing immortality. Kabuki still free hitting. That's a rose gold meteor by Brands, but Kabuki's still to be able to free hit right now. As the immortality gets popped, Heskill. Astral Meteor's chopped down, but he loses immortality as well. Now the Black Dragon comes flying down with one last dive, with one last petrify, and one last diversion. Evos Glory have wiped Liquid Aura out.
The cavalry have dropped on their horses in minute number 31 of game number 1. And that was a 5v4 situation, recognizing that Fluffy was still in the base because he had to clear. That was the reason for the re-engage, but it didn't pay off. Evos had the better team fight, And it looks like they're looking for the end of game number 1.
One man stands against the rest, an implosion from Dreams again. One nail in the coffin is all they need. Evos Glory strikes first.
32 minutes. That was a 32-minute game, the longest so far here at the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. A very back and forth game that was led by Liquid in the early stage up until that mid. But the late game is where Evos Glory thrive.
See Evo's mom is feeling the moment. What a crazy performance. Taking it to the longest game so far.